The last few years have shown all of us how truly difficult uncertainty is to live with. The pandemic, however, combined with the fertility journey, which is filled with uncertainty, is an absolute shitstorm to navigate. So if that has been you for the last couple of years, my heart is with you. It has been an extremely difficult journey to navigate. I've worked with lots of women in this space, and while I've been through my own fertility journey, it wasn't during these pandemic times where so much is up in the air. So in today's yoga class, I just want to offer you something that will hopefully allow you to practice sitting in that uncertainty. And now I know you're thinking, but I've been doing that for so long. But there are ways to sit in uncertainty and be okay. And there are tools we can use, whether that be breath work, whether that be movement, whether that be mindset, that we can use to find a way to embrace the uncertainty of it all. Find a way to be like, you know what, this experience sucks, but I'm going to choose it anyway because the outcome, the thing I long for so much, is worth it. And that's where I had to get to during my experience of 3 losses in less than 12 months, is I had to embrace, you know what? That love of a baby is so important to me that I'm willing to risk more losses, more heartache, more struggle by trying again. And I think you have to be able to hold those two feelings together at once and be able to lean into the uncertainty of it all and hold yourself in grace throughout the struggle, because I think you need to be super kind to yourself so that you can make it through. This particular class is suitable for all stages of the cycle, but if you are looking for specific classes for the different stages of the cycle, I'll leave the link below to my online yoga circle. You can go and check out them there. Let's get on the mat. All right, let's start our practice today by standing 2 feet underneath the hips. So feeling really grounded in the feet, spread the toes, feel the 4 corners of the feet pressing down into the earth. So we're starting with what I like to call a letting shit go practice. Obviously, I don't know what this is actually called, but for me, whenever I'm feeling like, oh, just all of the things all at once, this helps to just like get it out of my body. So as you inhale, take the arms up, do a little micro bend through the knees. Big full breath in, and then as you exhale, we're gonna let it go and forward fold. Out through the mouth. Inhale, let's come up slowly and mindfully, gathering it all up with the breath, and then exhale, let it go. Inhale, last one. Gather it all up, and let it go. Just find your forward fold here for a moment. Gently swaying it out. So ragdoll the upper body, head, neck, shoulders, really relax. You'll see my arms kind of just like hanging out. And just rocking the hips side to side, noticing any tension in the back of the legs, maybe even any tension in the shoulders that's still remaining. Good. And then slowly bring yourself back up to stand. Take your legs a little wider. Let's come to a goddess. Low in the legs, resting the hands on the thighs, and just rock from side to side. Notice a little bit of heat that builds through the legs. So building a bit of a power breath here, breathing in through the nose, and then out, exhaling. In through the nose and exhaling, constricting the throat. Good. Straighten up through the legs. Whew. We're going to come to our warrior one. So facing over that left leg. I want you to power up the back leg. So really pressing that heel towards the back of the mat. And you can either keep it in a high lunge like this, or you can ground the outer blade of that back foot, whatever feels most comfortable for your hips. And if you're menstruating or if you're in the 2-week wait and just taking a little bit more gentle today, just hang out here, maybe put the hands on the hips, find your power pose with the hands on the hips here. If it feels good, you could rise the arms up. You can take your stance as deep as you like, bending into that front knee, really feeling the power through the legs, leaning into the strength of your own body. Perhaps noticing when the mind says, this is too hard, and reminding yourself you can breathe through it. You can get through another 10 seconds with the breath. Slow the breathing, quieten the mind. Good. Let's find our warrior two. Reach the arms out, adjust the legs so that the front of the back heel is roughly in line with the back arch. Breathing here. You might want to add movement. You could inhale the hands up and exhale them low. Inhale up. So if you're feeling that movement is really helping to shift energy today, add the movement. If you need the strength and the stability of still, then do that. Breathing here. Good. Let's do a full rotation all the way around to our warrior one on this side. So again, heel can be lifted if hips are more comfortable, or ground the outer blade of that back foot. Power move, bring the hands onto the hips or above the head. Breathing here, drop the shoulders away from the ears. We can be strong in the body, building strength without the stress of having those shoulders up towards the ears. Breathing here. Open it out, warrior two. Adjust the feet as you need. Again, come as low as you like, add the movement if you like. I've even seen people do warrior two with a clap as a way of just shifting that energy that gets stuck in our bodies. Maybe find stillness if that feels better. Good. Bring the hands back to center, walking the feet all the way back in. We're going to fly into some uncertainty now. So this is practicing on the mat what we aim to be able to practice in real life. So our warrior three, typically our warrior three ends up looking, if I don't have the complete wobbles, stretched out like this. It's okay if your warrior three is just like this today. Maybe a little bit more, maybe hands on hips. Keep it as gentle as you need. Like I said, if you're practicing during menstruation, maybe you want to tone it down a little. Maybe, however, you want to play with how warrior three makes you feel. Maybe you'll get to here and you're like, it's too much uncertainty, and you want to grab the wall. Can you, instead of grabbing the wall, obviously still keeping in mind you need to be safe, can you just ease up a little? Feel confident here, breathe here, and then maybe explore a little further. So we're just exploring on the mat. Seeing where we can get to. Maybe we can extend the arms out as well. Try to focus on something so you don't get the wobbles too much. And then fold the hands down to the ground. Lift that back leg up behind you, standing splits. And then forward fold. Just let the body ragdoll it out. Maybe breathing out through the mouth if you're feeling like there's stuff there I need to let go of. Good. Slowly roll it up to stand. Let's try our warrior three on the opposite side. So again, completely up to you where you come to. Maybe you keep the hands on the hips. My balance is all over the shop today. Keep breathing. Keep challenging. Notice what the mind says as you challenge the body. Find your standing balancing splits. Just for a breath. And then forward fold it down. Find that ragdoll. Sway it all out. Let's let go of a little bit more shit, hey? Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale to sky. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. Good.
Find the elbows this time. Keep a bend through the knees and just rock the body side to side. Good. When you're ready to, we're coming down via Amalasana. So maybe rock from side to side if that feels good. And then coming all the way down, bringing the soles of the feet in towards each other and just letting the knees fall out to the side. So my knees come quite low. If your knees are quite high, just gently engage the elbows to invite them down to the ground. If your knees naturally fall open, you might shift forward, just inviting the chest forward a little so that you can feel the stretch through the inner thighs. Just breathing here. So one of the things I noticed when I was struggling to conceive and having multiple losses was so much of my day-to-day felt unknown. I didn't know next week what would be happening. Planning was really tricky. And I found having a yoga practice where I knew I could always get on my mat, I could always breathe, I could sweat, I could kind of shake all the shit off. I found that that really helped. And I don't think it's a magic practice. I don't think it's something that's magically going to make your baby arrive, but I think it is such a powerful tool. Sorry, take one leg out in front of you, gently folding over. Such a powerful tool to help manage the stress, to help stay sane. Sometimes I felt like I was going crazy. Just gently folding over one leg. And of course, you also have all the benefits that are going to help improve health, help to balance hormones and things like that. But honestly, for me, the staying sane part, the being able to stay centered and grounded in my body and not feel so stressed all the time was honestly why I kept coming back to yoga, why I still keep coming back to yoga, really. Good. I want you to bring the hands behind you. So both hands pointing towards the feet, pressing into the hands to lift the hips up. Let the head and neck fall behind you and just breathe here. Exhale, lower it down. Take the opposite leg out in front and just gently fold over the leg. Good. And then we're going to bring the feet back together as we slowly come down onto the back. So while the start of this practice was a little bit intense, because I think that can be really helpful in shifting energy and just bringing some of those good endorphins into the body, I think a stillness practice is also important. So gently letting the knees fall out to the side. You can bring pillows underneath them if this is too intense for the inner thigh, helping to create opening and space in the pelvis. Palms face up, let the shoulders soften and relax. So much of our modern lives is constantly being on, whether we're learning, whether we're on socials, whether we're at our workplace, whether we're looking after kids, having conversations, replying to messages. I want you to also make space where you're completely off. For me, it happens here on the mat. I find a position, there's nowhere to move to, there's nothing to do but to breathe. And to listen to any internal voices, whether that be the mindless chatter of the mind, which I can slowly quieten. Whether that be intuition, a body sensation, a knowing. This space and this quiet and stillness is so important. Let yourself just breathe. Let yourself sit with uncertainty of not knowing, but of knowing inside you have all the things, all the strength, all the knowledge you need to be okay in every given moment. Lean into that inner knowing as a balm to the uncertainty of the world. When you're ready, start slowly bringing yourself back. Support the knees to come back in, take the feet out, let the knees fall in. Maybe stretching the arms long feels good for your body. Or maybe you want to do a few little twists from side to side. And then roll yourself onto one side. Coming up to have a seat. Bring the hands to heart. Allow yourself, just for this moment, to know that everything is going to be okay. Without all of the inner chatter coming back, of questioning why and what if this happens. Just in this moment, you're okay. In this moment, know that you have all the internal strength you need to be okay in every other moment, in every other challenge that life will throw. You are okay. The light in me and the strength in me honors the strength in you. Namaste.